What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoki Transformers, almost said third party, but not mainline review, we have the Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Leader Class Megatron Beast. Because we have to specify. It's kind of weird. So we still don't know exactly how the Beast Wars guys are going to end up involved in everything that happens here, because as we got the teaser at the end of Siege, you know, we already saw a Dinobot doing his thing on Ancient Earth. That's annoying that my phone still has things going on. Sorry if there was a weird sound there. Okay, so either way, we got some really nice artwork of Megatron here. We got the Nemesis there, kind of like we did with the Dinobot box. And then we have him here in the T-Rex mode with all the glare. Sorry about that. Of course, he would be installed inside there, but that's not there anymore. You got Leader Class A Leader, Leader Class A, got to get the K in there. And then you got Class A Loader. So, appears to be a failure there. That's kind of funny. Then something in Cybertron that I can't read. I'm sure there's a hidden logo thingy under there somewhere. Ages 8+. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. And you've got all the nice Kingdom stuff going on there. I'm really considering getting the rest of the Beast Wars crew, because I've found most of them kind of already on the shelf. So I'm really considering it. I would have to go back and get Optimus Primal though. But on the back here, you've got him bot mode with the weird symbol, and then you've got Rex mode, and then an interesting cave drawing. Predacon cave drawing there. Transforms in 27 easy steps. I added the easy. It's steps, etapes, Schritte, pasos. That's cool. Schritt. Is it Schritt? Schritte? I don't know actually how to say it. Pretty sure it's German. Anyway, so there he is. Oh, wait. What's going on up here? Oh, we got different symbols. I don't think I ever noticed that. I think those are just the different things on the golden disc. So, yay. So, WFC K10. So, let's get the king of dinosaurs out here. See how cool he is. But first, of course, we do have his instructions. Yay. Pretty easy to follow for the most part. It's actually more difficult just to do the thing than it is to follow. You know, got all the instructions, get you all the way up to bot mode. And then, of course, you just reverse them to get you the other way. I mean, that was T-Rex mode. I said it backwards. And then we do actually have the character card / stickery thing. And this one is Black Arachnia. I did accidentally peel. I didn't even realize there was a sticker involved here. So you've got a weird hollow foil sticker thing here, but then you have this actually really cool character card underneath. So this is significantly cooler than this, in my opinion, because that's not even the box art we have. So, I mean, why not? Why not do the thing? Predacon. Everybody's Predacon currently. So let's get out the big T-Rex boy. There we go. Big T-Rex boy, along with a nice hit on the light, because it's always better if you hit the light on your way through. Hold on, wanted to move that so that my hand is less blocking the light. I've been having a problem lately with my hand actually blocking the light, so I needed to move it. Okay, so here's our T-Rex boy, and he's already in a nice roaring position, and might as well go over it. You do get a bluish point right there, so where his normal T-Rex head would be shooting stuff, you can make him breathe fire. So I have to get some kind of extra stuff off the side. Painted teeth, tongue molded in the plastic there. The jowls inside the mouth are also in a different plastic. Eyeballs are orange, which I wish they had given us some proper color eyeballs or make them switchable. Like when he goes from one mode to the other, if it was switchable, that'd be cool. Green paint, kind of lightly airbrushed in some spots and then overly airbrushed in some places, and just solid color separation in others. So this makes no sense. Here, they airbrushed on the difference. Here they didn't, and then there they didn't. Here they did. I mean, Hasbro's kind of lazy. I'm just going to be honest. But for what equates to a $50 toy, I'll just say it now, this guy's maybe a $35 toy. So they really are kind of ripping you for the most part. And of course, due to being a beast former, as it were, he is panelly as all get out. And I absolutely hate the soft plastic they have to use to make it work, to make it more skin-like and be a little bit flexible. Because it does lead to a lot of gapping problems, a little bit of having to get tabs to fit in properly. The whole belly section here is only held together by soft tabs, and I don't like that at all because it's super easy to accidentally split it. So like you've got two tabs that are up underneath this shoulder here. Let me see if I can get that a little straighter. They're just kind of under there. It's not the greatest. I know that's what they have to do. It's just not good. But you also get all the airbrushing under there for the peach belly color. Now for articulation, his head can move side to side like a T-Rex do, because it is technically a shoulder. And that's actually a good movement, except that, you know, all of his neck flaps have to get out of the way. And these are spring-loaded for all the good that does you. I really wish that they had matched, because this isn't even close to this purple. It's a completely different purple. That's the bot mode purple. I feel like they could have done these side flaps inside a little bit and made it fit a little bit better than how they did. You do get ball joint mounted little bitty T-Rex arms. You come to the back, the tail can waggle. You can technically move it here too. So, you know, anything that was part of the arm gets you a lot of articulation for the dino body. The legs technically can move. You just got to be careful because this part is technically moving on this section here. And of course, these are his actual bot legs that are rotating. So just be careful because you're going to have limited articulation there. But you can get it to move, which is always good. And then you get big old fat knee joint and rotation joint. So that's good. And then the dino feet can do this. The one thing that seems to be lacking is heel spurs, or am I just dumb? Like, I could have sworn Megatron had heel spurs back in the day. So, like, that's the one thing I think is missing, because essentially he's just walking around on his dino feet. He does have big old plugs in there, so I guess you can use the fossilizers on him if you have them. I don't have them because I don't like them. This one problem I have is that this section tends to drop down and kind of really start exposing everything inside, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's get him here. See if we can get him into a decent pose without breaking the sculpt too much. So he can get into a really badass roaring position. Like, if not for the panel stuff, you know, it's actually pretty good. That's going to be my opinion of this. In dino mode, it's just that the panels are a bit much, in my opinion. And while the T-Rex skull head shape is, I guess, more accurate to a movie T-Rex, it's not very accurate to original Megatron. Like, he had a very slim head. This is a very wide, damn near alligator design head. But, I mean, it looks good. I just don't think it looks like this Megatron. And I get, it's a new update, blah, blah, blah. No. If you're going to take that much effort to make the bot mode look as good as it does, make the head, the T-Rex head, look a little bit better. Also, I think that the green should have continued up here onto the crown of the head. All right, so let's compare it to our other dino friend, who is way too big, realistically, but, you know. As it goes, better dinosaur than this. This is, you know, basically limited by the fact of his size, so, you know, all the panels and crap, and lack of mobility due to how the legs are designed. So I will say that, you know, Megatron is a better T-Rex than Dinobot is a Raptor. That's why they're basically going to be in pop mode, right? All right, and then for another comparison, there he is next to Wally. Wally, this is Megatron, except he's a dino. You can kind of ride him. Is this the Dino Riders crossover you wanted so bad with Beast Wars? I think it is. All right. Okay, so let's get to transforming Megs. Okie dokie. So I believe we're going to start with the legs. Meg's legs. Go ahead and pop these free. They're not really tabbed into anything. They're sort of just tabbed around. It does have a couple of small tabs, but what I can tell, they don't really plug into anything. So just kind of get these up, and I believe you want them to turn like this. So you can see they're on a U-shaped dealie. So turn them up like this. Now they can rotate in place, so be careful. You just actually want to use the slider. And go ahead and tip this all the way back. It's on a, like that, like that. Okay, so that's kind of locked in place. So that's going to be part of our backpack later. And then you want to free up the hips, which are clipped in up here. Just kind of pull until it lets go, more or less. Like that. So you can see the T-shaped tab that goes into that slot. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention, go watch the Taro video to find out how to get him into Dino mode. All right, so I'm rotating the tail just to give myself some clearance. So we want to come back here, turn the legs downward, and you want to drop the hips down. Hold on. Let's straighten out the gray piece first. So you got the gray piece and you got the white piece. And what sucks is there's no ratchets in the gray piece. Okay, so you want to basically invert what we had like that. So you want the white piece to be 90 degrees perpendicular to what it used to be. Straighten out the legs, bring these together and in. There we go. Get that arm out of the way so I can clip that. Okay, so now we have our hips good to go. So now we have this monstrosity. I mean, in a literal sense, it is kind of a monstrosity. All right, so now comes the part where you basically make a dinosaur split in half. It's part of Jurassic Park where they never really covered, where the dinosaurs just explode in half like that. Okay, so with what were the neck flaps, tuck those in like so. And then you want to use these double hinges to close these up like so. And then this, well, it got folded back, but you know, fold that back. And then you can fold this up. So there's your backpack essentially. And then you want to get some clearance here and rotate the body. Flip up the head until it pops into place, like so. Turn the robo head around. Then you've got the double hinge inside there. Flip his body up, and then you've got these clips here that are going to go inside there. So kind of like that. It's actually pretty much that, actually. Not kind of like that, it is that. And then I believe, is our backpack essentially done? I think so. I always forget if it needs to rock down or if it's fine there. I don't think it rocks down. I think I'm just crazy. Probably crazy. Okay, so leave that alone. That's done. Okay, do the arms. Take the T-Rex head, flip it down, rotate at the bicep, give yourself some room. Pretty much that. I do seriously wish he had thigh rotation. It would make things so much nicer. Arms, you want to flip it. Go ahead. It doesn't tell you to do it this way, but I kind of... Oh, you can't do it that way. Okay. I was going to pull that out first. Now I realize why you can't, because you have to untab this guy. I didn't realize this was tabbed into here. And that would keep that from moving. Now you've got this body panel here. Just the worst thing in the entire thing. And you want to flip that like that, and then flip it again, attempting to not peel it on top of itself, which is exactly what happens almost every time. So that's the problem with these. And all of these panels, you can see here, plug in. Do the other side, like so. And there we go. Get the flip. All right, rotate the tip of the tail, 180, and then flip this guy out. And we're almost done. We're not quite there. So on the legs, pull this out like so, flip it 180, tab it back in, flip it out, tab it back in. And now we have Megatron, or Beast Wars Megatron, in his bot mode. And the backpack seems to be not 100%. Something's not happy here. What's going on? Oh, the other thing, go ahead and tuck these T-Rex arms down and back. I mean, it's there. It just doesn't seem 100%. Weird. Okay, I'll leave it be. If it's not right, it's close enough to not matter. So there we go. And let's start at the head, which looks awesome. That is very much our Beast Wars Megs, and his eyes are painted red or orangey color. Looks good. He does have a tampoed Predacon logo right in the middle of his head. He has the little, whatever those technically are. He's got the fake silver teeth here. He's got the vents, gunmetal paint on top of the purple plastic. All looks fantastic. And of course his nose, which I always thought was a little weird, but he totally has that nose in there, and the grimace, you know, and it just looks like he wants to say, yes. Love it. All right, and you've got waist rotation. The head does turn. It's on a very small ball joint. If it's a ball joint at all, might just be a swivel that's slightly broken. So you get that wobble. I guess that's technically a dark purple paint on top of the head there too. Arms can swivel, though watch out for your dino paint. It'll probably rub off on the other dino paint. You have up and down on the shoulders. You've got bicep rotation, single jointed elbow, does that. He does have an actual hand on this side, though for the life of me, I cannot remove this from the arm. Like there were instances where he used a normal arm, but you can't do that with this one. And this horrendous gapping under there is just bad. But his wrist can move, which I find interesting. So you can't tuck his wrist up for reasons that are unbeknownst to us. And technically speaking, I don't think this was technically a blaster. I think it was meant to be like a claw. But I could have sworn at some point he shot out of it, which is just weird in and of its own right. Beast Wars was a little weird, especially first season. The other arm, of course, you got the T-Rex head. You get all of the articulation you had before, so you can open that up. Once again, you can put a bloosh effect part there. They don't have like a laser one that he can use. So I guess someone told me that there's blind bags where you can get effect parts somehow, and that works. I have no idea. Hips are really kind of loose for what they are. I really wish those were ratchets, or at least light ratchets. You know, different gunmetal paint, purple. You got little guns there. There should have been gunmetal, not purple. Obviously, this little skin joint here doesn't work. You got the knee rotation that we enjoyed before. Single jointed knee that doesn't go back that far. Also wish there was some paint here, you know, on his legs. Feels like there's supposed to be something. Ankle rocker, or at least ankle tilt, forward and back. A little bit of ankle rocker in, so you can get a decent wide stance with him. But once again, be careful, because that backpack is somewhat heavy, so make sure you do have his feet under him. But he can get in a lot of classic poses. Hold on, let me see. Because you can tilt the dino head a little bit up, so he can do that. He can totally puppet himself, which is weird in and of itself, but it's doable. So he does look super good. I do like that. And then for size comparison, there he is next to Wally. So I mean, he's tall. He's not ginormous for a leader class, but he is big in comparison. So I need to get more of the Beast Wars line, and you know, I was reticent, but you know, I'm really thinking about it. And by the way, I did see the new red figures. I did see RC and Cheetor in store the other day, and I'm definitely passing on those. While they look good, I just don't need them. They're not for any particular class or any particular display that I would need them for. And also kind of confirms that all red figures are essentially in the same size. So even if they continue with the Beast Wars line, unless they're going to do some premium bigger style figures, you're just going to be stuck with everybody being the same size. So hold on a sec. I'll bring out somebody to compare him to. Okay, so bringing out his loyal second in command, at least back in the day, before he was a turncoat. There we go. I was like, I know Dinobot's got some thigh rotation. What's going on? Just real stiff. All right, so this is actually, I'm not gonna lie, these are actually very good in bot mode. Very good representations, with the exception of kind of the thickness here. I mean, it is what it is. Where's your focus there, camera? So the thickness around there, it is what it is. Also, I just have the tail stuck in here for purposes, because he always reached behind to pull out his weapons. I do wish Dinobot had a gun. I'm assuming that there will be somebody in the third-party add-on market giving him guns, and there'll probably be somebody who will give Megatron his rubber ducky, his toothbrush and whatnot, you know, those kind of things. I wish his hips could turn. I think that is one of the biggest mistakes they made, only giving him the ability to turn down here at the knees, because that just really does hinder what the figure can do, in my opinion. While you can still get him in decent poses, I think that that's just an essential lacking thing. Plus, it'll give you the ability to aim these hip guns a little bit better. That plastic piece just doesn't want to wrap over that. And in theory, he's got a hand that can hold stuff, but he doesn't come with anything to hold. So what do you do? You know, what do you do? Now, Dinobot was shorter than Megatron, but not by a lot. You know, Dinobot is like the tallest when he joins the maximal team. At least until some much bigger bots come along later, or Optimus at least grows in size. So, I mean, it is what it is. But these two do look fantastic, and we do know we're getting more Predacons down the line. At very least, we're getting Scorponok. I'm pretty sure we're getting a Waspinator as well, which is good. You know, we got to have all of the things. So, it's pretty good. I like them. I don't need any of the fossilizers. I just don't care. I didn't care about weaponizers in the previous lines. I don't care about fossilizers now. I'm keen on getting the actual normal Beast Wars crew. Rat Trap, I think, is probably the absolute weakest, being that he's a core class. Black Arachnia does look really good. Cheetor is Cheetor. I wish they had done something similar to what he does with his head, just sort of kind of hide the cat head to make that work. That's the only reason to get the red Cheetor, is to make it fit with this line, except he's taller than Dinobot, which makes no sense. So that means I need to track down another Optimus Primal. I know there's a Netflix 2-pack coming. And then basically the rest of them. Air Razor just came out. She looks pretty good for what she is. I've never had an Air Razor. So I'm keen on getting more Beast Wars figures. You know, if nothing else, I might get rid of the Siege figures I have. I don't know just yet, or I'm gonna have a whole separate display, because frankly, my my third-party stuff is sort of taking over, especially with my big combiners and things. So I'm gonna have to find another spot for stuff. You know, same thing with my Flame Toys kits. I've gotta find more room somehow. Then again, I have an entire Billy that I can't utilize at the moment. Either way, but guys, that's going to be it for this review of Megatron from the Kingdom line. And as it goes, bot mode is great, with the exception of the enormous amount of kibble on the back. And once again, I don't know that I have that tucked up 100%. It does feel like it could move a little bit more. Or maybe I'm on crack. I don't know. Because this is rubbing, and I don't think that's correct. But it doesn't want to tuck away anymore. You can see there's cutouts there. So other than all this being just incredibly kibbly, I do wish this maybe folded in a bit better, or if they pulled what RC did and you could just yoink, you know. Nothing else, the big thighs, the big robo thighs, or tyranno thighs, and then of course the weak hips on mine kind of suck. Yeah, it's like that's a problem, that they just kind of bloop every now and then. But that's going to be it, guys. Make sure you do the like and subscribe thing. Go watch the Taro video over on the secondary channel. And as I get more of this line, I will obviously show it off. And, of course, stick around for all the other transforming objects that happen. They're all good. But I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.